Alright, so the Battle of Zaofu. I think it's snowing outside, but that's okay. So this episode, of course, picks up where the last one left off, as all episodes do. Su-Yin and her sons have gone to try and take Kuvira by force, but they fail pretty quickly because Kuvira is smarter than them, because she is smarter than us, she is smarter than me and you. She's smarter than everyone because she used Su-Yin, not Su-Yin, Zhu, who I am still convinced is going to turn, because her and Varric, they click. Like, you could tell Varric does have some affection for her based on some of his dialogue. So yeah, she's a good guy. That's my theory. That's what I'm sticking with. But so they're captured. Su-Yin and her sons are captured, and Kuvira tells the city of Zaofu that if they don't turn themselves over, she'll take them by force. And so Korra and Opal and Jinora, they all go outside and try to reason with her. That doesn't work. So Korra decides. No, wait, it's Kuvira who decides on a one-on-one battle between her and the Avatar. And while that's going on, Varric is trying to find out an escape plan, or he is That's sort of a spoiler, but it's okay because this is a spoiler-filled thing. So Varric is working on the vines, and Bolin is helping him. And I'm going to say this now, I love this episode. I love this episode. But I know there's going to be at least a few people who don't like it. Why? Because it's called the Battle of Zaofu. And with a title like that, you're probably expecting a big, gigantic battle, similar to the Day of Black Sun was in the third season of Avatar. But you don't really get that. It's basically a one-on-one between Kuvira and Korra, who then try, but there is a little bit with the actual full army near the end, but they're fended off pretty quickly by Opal and Jinora. So I know that some people are going to be mad at that. How do I know? Because I make videos on the internet. I live on the internet. I was there in the great Equestria Games debacle of May 2014. I know how people react. Unless this fan base is just the most accepting thing ever, which I know they're not. If that were the case, then the last Airbender movie might have actually gotten some level of okay, no, there was no way that movie was going to get any form of a positive fan reaction from anybody. But there's going to be someone who, I know fans, when they don't get what they want, they will complain, they will bitch, they will make videos about it, they will call it the worst episode ever, they will send death threats to the writers. To be fair, that wasn't really the Equestria Game episode, that was another episode, but that's a totally different thing. That's the other show I talk about a lot, so my videos are starting to combine. I gotta start talking about other shows. I gotta talk about Gravity Falls or something. These two shows are just starting to mix together, because they're both so good, but so is Gravity Falls, so that means that'll mix together. But anyway, Battle of Zaofu, I really liked it, but I can tell a lot of people, maybe not a lot of people, but I could tell some people might not like it. But maybe by some miracle I'll be wrong and this episode could be hailed as one of the greatest. Does it deserve that? I don't think it deserves to be measured up to something like The Drill or even The Day of Black Sun. Or even like any of the season finales. But I think it's a very well just put together episode. Like, not too much happens. It's basically just Korra runs away, Zaofu is captured, Varric and Bolin escape and now are on the run from Kuvira as well. that's basically it, but it feels bigger by the way it's directed and edited, and especially the way it's edited, because I was noticing this. At no point did I, when it was switching back between Kuvira and Korra's fight and Bolin and Varric on the train, every time it cut to another one, I wasn't like, no, go back to that one, or let's just skip through this part. No, I always wanted to see it, because they were both very interesting, and it kept on both of them just long enough so I didn't get bored, and there was just that little part that's like, this is what's gonna happen. Be freaking invested, and then cut to the other one. So it's like, but then when you go to the other one, it's like that's something that was that the last time you was like, no, I want to know what happens, and then it cut to that, and then it cut back, and it's like, oh god, just please. And the way I watched this episode was kind of just really annoying, but kind of amazing at the same time. I watched it on Nick.com like a lot of people do, unless they pirate it. But Nick.com sucks on my computer because it kept freezing. And there was actually a part when Kuvira first challenged Korra where it literally just skipped like a full 10 seconds and then came back, and I'm like, fuck me, and then I had to go back. But there were parts where it was just skipping and freezing, and I was like, god damn it, I want to see what happens. And I think that's the best thing I could say about this episode. It's just, I just wanted to see everything that was happening. I didn't take that many notes. Normally I have at least a full page, and even some little scattered around here. I didn't take much, and even one of them was like commercial breaks. They were annoying because I wanted to see what would happen. Nick.com sucks. Because I was so invested that I really didn't have time to look down at my notes because I wanted to see what was going on. So what were some of my notes? I've said it before, Varric, amazing. He's just, like, I love him because he's funny, but he's also smart. Like, he deserves to be as cocky as he is because he's just so damn smart. Although it was kind of surprising that he actually was playing on just dying. Like, I really didn't expect that. But it's like, farewell, Shuli. Just everything out of this guy's mouth is just hilarious. And him and Bolin, oh god, I love these two together. I just want you to know that I hate you. That was great. What else was there? Milo's still hilarious, especially that part with the painting. It's in the middle of that fight scene where Jinora has to go back and ask for help because the army is attacking and they're trying to fend them off with wind, air, whatever. And so it is really snowing hard, finally. But anyway, so the one brother, the pretentious motherfucker, just comes over, and it's just the best painting. I think it was the parody of that George Washington painting. George Washington! Sorry, Dan versus moment, that happens a lot. But anyway, he has the thing, and it's like, wow, that is amazing. And then the pretentious brother's like, ugh, so ordinary. We don't know what you're like on the inside. I'm like, fuck people like that. I hate people like that. What else was there? I think that's about all I had. Everything else is basically just repeating other stuff I've said so far. Kuvira is just a fantastic villain. First of all, yeah, she's technically kind of right. Like, I want to hate her, but I can't because technically she is doing the right thing. They did have that truce, and technically they broke it. They fought back. They tried to kill her. So, can I really get mad at her for trying to taking over Zaofu? Although it was kind of nice with the father and pretentious brother just not doing anything. And then, here's the last thing I got. That Kuvira's fiance, whose name I cannot remember. I don't even think they've said it. But he's not a bad character or anything. I just can't remember his name. But he's Percy Weasley from Harry Potter. like in the 5th book through like the 7th book, which is why I'm certain he's gonna change his ways. If they don't, that's gonna be kind of depressing, but hey, we saw that with Azula in the first series. So, but yeah, he's Percy Weasley. He joins the evil government. Well, okay, in Harry Potter they were definitely 100% evil, but by the end they were good. I mean, they hired Dolores Umbridge though, so... But anyway, yeah, he joins the evil government, turns against the family, tries to make his connection with them, make them turn over, but it doesn't work. So, yeah. Like I said, I have a feeling some people aren't going to like this episode. I don't think it'll have quite the heated hatred that it did for some other episodes of other shows, but I really love this episode. It doesn't quite match something like The Drill, but I was constantly invested, and it had a really good ending, and even though I think I know where it's going, the show showed me that you don't always know where it's going, but I don't know how she's going to defeat Kuvira, and I think that's the main thing. Even if I do assume that Julie is going to be turn, and Kuvira's fiance is going to turn. I don't know how she's going to defeat Kuvira, because near the end of the episode we see she's still a bit sad? Not really sad. Still feels guilt. She still feels scared. She still sees her old self in the Avatar state on Kuvira's face. So... it wasn't completely the poisons, yeah, that's about all I got. I will see you all next week. Bye.